I'm back with another triggering topic. Now, today I'm going to let y'all in on a big secret. I'm actually scared to tell it because the women that already know this secret are in a secret little happy club and they oftentimes gatekeep because people simply don't believe us. Now, I was thinking about putting this video behind a paywall, but my spirit just won't let me do that. Now, I already know that you're like, yeah. Get to the point, Trig. Quit dragging it out. Hold on, sis. Okay, I gotta prime you for this. Also, I gotta give you a disclaimer. If you're not interested in men at all, if you have completely divested from men in general, if you can't ever see yourself being with a man again, skip this video. And that's no problem. There's nothing wrong with you saying that you just don't want to deal with men anymore. No judgment. All I'm saying is that this particular video won't be for you. Now, but if you are a black woman and you are still open to the idea of love with a man or having a romantic male partner, or if you're actively dating, then please stay tuned, okay? Now, I'll wait for those who are not looking or they're not open to these type of relationships to just click off. Okay. Y'all going? Okay. Because baby, I'm telling y'all this. If you comment that you ain't looking for no man after I just said, oh, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. But okay. So let's get into it. Here's the secret. Men love mean women. That woman that you think is the biggest misandrist in the entire world, and she has a man though, just know that she's being treated like a queen. The women that don't play with men and they really mean that and they really stand on business, those are the women that attract men with good intentions. This is a proven phenomenon that I have seen throughout my life with women. And is this to say that every man that you attract will be amazing? No. But women that are of a certain archetype attract certain men. Now, let me give you the science behind this. When you are a pick-me and you're overly going and you're overly trying to please a man, or you're male-centered and pick-me-ish and you're trying to make these men see your worth, then what you're going to do is attract men that want to use you, that want to take all of that, and they usually have certain ideologies about women, and you're already proving what they think about women to be true by behaving in the archaic ways that they believe women should only exist in. So what I mean by that is you're going to attract gold-digging men, predators, users, abusers, and at the very least, miserable misogynists, or even demonic dusties, or even more scary, Hebrew Israelites. But if you are a woman that is what the average man would call mean, you stand up for yourself. You don't believe because you're a woman that you're supposed to do this or do that. You're not male-centered. You're not desperate and thirsty. So therefore, you're willing to walk away. You attract men that don't have those belief systems, either because they are not threatened by you and or they actually like women. And they want women to stand up for themselves. They want women to do these things because they don't have any bad intentions for women. So with all of that, you have a better chance of attracting a good man. And like I said before, I've already given you guys my ratio of the amount of good men that I think are in the world. 70-30, 70 being bad, 30% being good, and this goes across all races. But that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. That's fine if you don't. But I'm just going to say, literally, I have talked to thousands of married black women that would be considered, I don't know what label like you want to put on this, but I guess I would say mean, misandrous. They don't really like men except the one that they're with, or they're very feminist, forward thinking, or they're pro-black women, but not pro-black in general. You know, those type of women. All I can say is all of those women that act like that, they are usually with men that treat them very, very well. And shocker, a lot of them are with black men and some of them are with white tea men. Some of them are with Hispanic men. Even a couple of them are with Asian men. And I'm just saying that when you represent yourself out the gate as not playing with the man, or he knows that you will not tolerate the BS, the men that are going to be on the BS are usually going to get ghosted fairly quickly once they realize that you're not on it. You know? And if you tell these men off rip, here's another game piece. If you tell men off the rip that you're not giving up the cookie, whether you're serious or not, which you should be serious, but let's just say you're not. If you tell them you're not giving a cookie up off rip, the men that are trying to talk to you for just the cookie, they're going to disappear almost instantaneously. And for the maybe 5% that have enough game to try to stick around and wait on you while they're having sex with other women, I promise you his energy will be different and you will know to X him out anyway. So what I'm saying is when dating men, you need to let them know up front all of your views about men, even the controversial ones. And you need to let them know, I'm talking about very, very early on. You need to let them know that you are not the 1, the 2, or the 3. You have to let them know that you have a zero tolerance policy for infidelity, physical, emotional, mental, financial abuse. And no, sir, you're not above me. And I don't have to do this, that, and the third because I'm a woman and it's my duty to be subservient to you, king. Like, no. And honestly, when you put that out there, the men that are going to approach you are going to be men that aren't even on that type of time. They're not turned off by those things that you're saying because they actually believe that women are equal to men. And those should be the men that you're trying to entertain if indeed you are going to entertain men. But once again, if you don't want to entertain men, that's fine too. I'm just giving you, because not all women are going to not talk to men. It's unrealistic. So the best way that you can move in that world is by moving with the most information and knowledge that you can and being up on game, simply. Now, like I said before, when you put all of this out there, like I said, the men that respect women, that do love women, that do look at women as human beings, those will probably be the men that you attract more of. Now, I'm not saying that you won't attract some dusties, because you may, and you will. But even with all of this, and even with the good men that you may possibly attract as well, I'm not telling you to let your guard down, because no, you never let your guard down with men, period. Okay? And you always want to make sure that you vet these men. And we can talk about vetting in another video. But all I'm saying is that if you are still interested in men and you're dating, you have got to let men know off rip that you do not freaking play. And you are more than willing to kick a man to the curb if he is not meeting your standards. And you have to let him know that you a girl's girl, feminist, womanist, and it ain't no 1930s over there. And I promise you that the men that you attract will be far better than if you're acting like a male-centered pick-me. Have you ever seen the type of men that public pick-me's have? And I ain't even gonna be messy and call nobody's names out. I could, but I won't. I won't be messy today. But all I'm saying is that the biggest pick-me's that I've seen that are out in the public eye, the men that they have, diabolical dusties, miserable maniacs, unattractive ugmos, buck broken brokies. They never have men that are catering to them or treating them like a queen. They are the ones doing it all and getting nothing in return except what? That's your duty. That's your duty as a woman to serve me. Serve me, heifer. And you don't want that, do you? I really do believe that women that aren't the nicest to men get the best treatment. I just believe that's the way men are set up. I believe that men respond more to when they have to work for things, and just simply that you just can't let them get too comfortable. I really truly do believe that. And I'm not saying that you should be at home smacking your man or mistreating him. All I'm saying is that when a man knows that your boundaries are very clear and you don't play about those boundaries and you love yourself the most, you love yourself more than anyone else because you cannot love a man more than you love yourself. You're setting yourself up for the okie doke. So when he knows that you really love you, then the men that you attract with that type of behavior and thought process, those men, generally speaking, are going to be more intentional. And there is also a reason for that because there are so many women that do the opposite. There are so many women that will cater to a man, let the man have their tax money, their paychecks, and those men are just demeaning and degrading them. And they are just accepting it all for no other reason than they just want to have a man because they feel like they need a man to feel whole. So since there are so many male-centered women out there like that, then the bad men feel like, why do they have to waste their time with you if you gonna make things difficult? If you're not going to give them what they want? And if you doubt me, think about the women that you know in your life that don't play with these men. What does their life or dating situation look like versus comparing it to the women that are willing to lower themselves? And I'm just keep it real with y'all. I don't even like men, generally speaking. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I like one man, one. Mine. And y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about that, but it is what it is. I just think that a man that you are interested in should know that if you like him, that he is in a privileged position. And if he doesn't play his position correctly, he could easily be on the other side with the quickness. Okay? But if you want me to go into more detail about this and how to do it, let me know. But I would have to definitely put that on a Patreon or behind a paywall or something because I don't want men to know the formula. Because if they know all of the formula, then they're going to start lying and doing this, that, and the third. And so it's quite a few things that I feel like I left out in this video only because I don't want it to get out there to people that are not about that life, if you get what I'm saying. But anywho, like I said, if you don't get anything from this video, stop being nice, man. Okay? That is not what men really need. They need a woman that don't play. And hopefully any woman listening to this, you feel me. That's all I'm going to say. But y'all, you know what? Because if y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? Y'all let me know. Okay? Because once again, we are all welcome to our own opinions. I have my own opinions. I have a right to it. And so do y'all. And I would love to hear y'all opinions in the chat down below in those comments. So I digress. If you watched this whole video and you truly enjoyed it, then please do me a favor and drop a 100 down below in the comments. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above, that's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. I know times are hard out here. We all just trying to make it. Follow your girl on TikTok. I do live stream there. Also, follow your girl on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And subscribe. And if this has helped you in any way, or if you just like the video, hype my video up. And as always, ladies, I really love to hear from y'all. I really, really do. Good, bad, or ugly. I love y'all. Just don't write me off and unfollow me, block me, all of that. Just stick around because I really do love Black women. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.